offense, what did you see in just how their pitcher, Devin Williams, was navigating through your lineup and really just keeping you guys a little off this evening?
I don't know. I think tonight, early on, it was tough. Visual was tough, I think, for both teams. But he pitched well. You can't take anything away from him. The breaking ball was good. He was in the zone more than his first start. Induced 3 double play balls, which were huge for him. And we just really couldn't put anything together, get anything going. Yeah, I think right now, offensively, most of our guys are scuffling. And it'll be good to get on the road, get an off day, and, get going from there. I thought today was a little bit, of a grind for him. I don't think it was as crisp as his last one. I thought, the feel for the split wasn't there. Missed a little bit with the fastball, but, with Yosh, he just competes so well and, gave us 6 innings, gave up 2 runs. So, obviously gave us a chance to win the game.
How surprised are you that a group that's this talented able to sort of for 6 games be kind of scuffling like this?
Yeah, we're trying to. I think obviously you're asking a question to compartmentalize the offense to the team, and I'm going to start with we're 4-2, so that's a good thing. But yeah, it's obviously a very talented lineup, and it just right now it just seems like a lot of guys are in between, but I think you still got to give credit to the guys making pitches But I think that we'll get our groove. But yeah, you look at some of the grindy at-bats we had in that Arizona series and finding ways to get on base and things like that where, this series, those guys did a good job with us.
To that point, what does this sort of say that you guys are 4-2, sort of keeping this in there?
It does. It says that it speaks to we do find ways to win games. And, winning 3 against Arizona, then losing the series here. But those guys put forth, some really good at-bats. That's a grindy team over there, the Guardians. And, yeah, off day will be good and get on the road. But, yeah, we're pitching well, so that's a really good thing. The starters are pitching well. The guys in the pen are pitching well. So there's some positives.
Much of that is, like, guys just finding their swings in the first week of the season versus, like, approach, especially in the series where I think it's like 29 strikeouts to 6 walks the last 3 days.
Yeah, that's, I think that guys trying to find their swings is one thing. The amount of strikeouts is a little concerning, and we're striking quite a clip. But I think it'll level out. It'll balance out.
With Andy, this looks like a carryover from the spring. What has impressed you about him since you saw him arrive at camp?
I think what's impressed me is he's controlling the zone, and he's hitting to all fields. And he's hitting sliders, staying on sliders with 2 strikes. He's shooting fastballs, and today he pulled a sinker 97 for a pull base hit. And at the end of the day, he's really controlling the zone really well. He's done that all spring.
Even with some of these games you guys have won, right? You guys have to kind of come back. The starters have kind of right from these guys have been able to kind of hold you in check. In those games, do you see kind of any commonalities?
Well, I think the commonalities I see is we haven't got off to a good start. I think a majority of our games, the opponent has scored first, and it just seems like the first 3 innings, it's pretty. We're not getting much production and nothing going on. And then as we get into the game, we start to threaten a little bit more. So, maybe we get on the road, we get a chance to strike first. But I do think that those first couple innings, the first time through, we just haven't done a whole lot. And I think in probably all 6 games.
Were you surprised that Ohtani was out there pregame taking BP? Do you know kind of what he was looking for during that?
I was a little surprised because he doesn't do that very often. I think he was looking for, some feel, the flight of the baseball. Sometimes when he doesn't feel well, he likes to change up his routine and get on the field and see the flight. So, yeah, I was surprised and, took a walk, but, I had a couple other tough at-bats.
Sure, him was kind of shaking his wrist after the last one. Is he dealing with something with that right wrist?
You know, I don't know. I saw that too after the last strikeout. So I'll get a report from Thomas after this session.
You did have kind of two big at-bats with guys on base. What did you see on those?
Yeah, I thought, you know, the first and second base, nobody out. I thought he had a good pitch. From the side, it looked like a good pitch, and he just, you know, just hit the top of it. I don't really remember the other one, but that one was a big at bat.
Dave, you mentioned the road. You guys are going to be in Toronto in less than a week. It's going to be pretty intense over there. Can that help? Can that wake things up? Can that intense atmosphere?
I think so. But I will say our fans came and they brought it this homestand. But I do think that, you know, being that kind of road team, you know, having a lot of crowd, you know, hostile crowd, certainly in Toronto is going to be kind of crazy, but the Nats have an opening series and they're playing well, so it'll be, you know, energy ridden there. So I do think that our offense will kind of come to life when we get on the road. I see that.
Dave, Max made a really nice sliding catch in the 8th inning, had to cover a lot of ground to get there. How good is it to see him moving like that and just playing with his heart out there like always?
It's great. It's great. I think he's off to a really good start defensively. And, you know, the last couple of years, I think he got off to a little bit of a rocky start defensively. So to now, you know, get some rhythm and confidence playing defense, I think that's good. But to credit to him, he's in great shape and moving really well, but heck of a play.